Every 4 years, the World Cup comes around, and every 4 years we tell ourselves, we'll see these players again next time. Not this time. This summer, the greatest generation in football history is walking onto the biggest stage in the world for the last time, and most people aren't fully registering what they're about to lose. This is their last dance, and you need to watch every single minute of it. Let me give you the scale of what we're talking about. Between Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Luka Modrić alone, we're looking at 14 Ballon d'Or awards, 5 Champions Leagues for Modrić, a World Cup, a European Championship, Copa Americas, decades of the most extraordinary football the sport has ever seen. All 3 of them, same tournament, final curtain. The next World Cup is in 2030. Ronaldo will be 45, Messi will be 43. There's no coming back from that. This is it. Start with Ronaldo. 41 years old, 6th World Cup, a record no player has ever reached before him. When a CNN reporter asked him directly, "Is 2026 your last World Cup?" he didn't hesitate. Definitely yes. That's a man at peace with it. But also a man who has one thing left to chase. Because in a career that has everything, 5 Ballon d'Or, 5 Champions Leagues, titles in England, Spain, Italy, Saudi Arabia, the World Cup is the only trophy that has never been his. He is going to North America carrying that weight, and this is the last time he gets to put it down. And then there's Messi, the man who already got his. After 2022, Messi told the world, "That was probably my last World Cup." He said it in interviews. He meant it. Then something changed, and here he is again at 38, turning 39 during the group stage, with a hamstring injury that had the entire planet holding its breath just 2 weeks before kickoff. For a few days, nobody knew if he'd make it. Then he was confirmed in the squad, and the world exhaled. But this is different to 2022. In Qatar, Messi was chasing something. In 2026, he's defending it. And physically, his body has already started giving him signals. There will be no 6th appearance to debate this time. This is genuinely the last time Lionel Messi plays at a World Cup. Let that settle. People talk about Ronaldo and Messi so much they forget about the 3rd member of this generation's trinity, Luka Modrić, 40 years old, the only man in a decade to break the Ronaldo-Messi grip on the Ballon d'Or, winning it in 2018 after dragging Croatia, a nation of 4 million people, all the way to the World Cup final. He came into this tournament with a fractured cheekbone. He's playing anyway. That tells you everything about who he is. But the farewell doesn't stop there. Not even close. Angel Di Maria, 15 years as Argentina's most underappreciated player. The man who assisted the winning goal in the 2022 World Cup final, and still somehow never got the credit he deserved. One last tournament alongside Messi. One last chance to remind people he was always there. Kevin De Bruyne, Belgium's greatest ever player. 34 years old, a man who spent his entire prime carrying a golden generation that never quite delivered on the biggest stage. This is almost certainly his last shot. No more golden generations behind him. Casemiro, the engine behind 3 consecutive Champions League titles with Real Madrid. Brazil's midfield anchor for over a decade. Quietly, without much fanfare, playing his final World Cup at 34. Neymar. We did a whole video on this one, but he belongs in this conversation too. A man who nearly retired, who cried for hours when his name was called, showing up injured just to be here. That's not irrelevance, that's devotion. Son Heung-min, Asia's greatest footballer, South Korea's captain for over a decade, the Premier League's joint Golden Boot winner. In his home country, he isn't just a footballer, he's a national symbol. And this summer, he takes his final bow on the world's biggest stage. Robert Lewandowski, 37 years old, Poland's all-time top scorer, 344 club goals across Bayern Munich and Barcelona. In any other generation, he'd have won everything. Instead, he spent his entire career in the shadow of Messi and Ronaldo, and is still waiting for a major international trophy that, honestly, may never come. There's something quietly devastating about that. Manuel Neuer, 40 years old, Germany's greatest ever goalkeeper. He retired from international football, then unretired specifically for this World Cup. At 40, let that sink in. The man came out of retirement for one last shot. That's not a footnote, that's a headline. And speaking of 40, this tournament has up to 8 players aged 40 or above potentially taking the pitch. Neuer, Modrić, Ronaldo, Guillermo Ochoa of Mexico also on his 6th World Cup at 40. 8 players, 4 decades old or more, on the biggest stage in the world. That has genuinely never happened before in World Cup history. Football has a habit of making you believe there's always another game, another tournament, another chance. For this generation, there isn't. In 4 years, when the 2030 World Cup kicks off, these names won't be on the team sheets. A new generation will be brilliant. Some of them already are. But they won't be these people. And there will only ever be one last time to watch these people. This summer is that time. Don't take a single minute of it for granted. Who are you watching most closely this World Cup? Drop it in the comments.